end of worship, there's a box called that says, "What is your next step?" And I know many of you have taken a look at that already, but I do want to say that is both for people who are new to Calvary and it's for people who've been at Calvary for quite a while. It's a great question to ask prayerfully, Lord God, what is our next step? And if you look in that box, Connect, which is an opportunity for people to find more about our family at Calvary and what it means to be a part of this family. That takes place in 1 week. That'll be during Bible study time next week. Alpha starts in 2 weeks. And that is an opportunity on Sunday evenings for our friends, our neighbors, and maybe some of us to discover and rediscover what it means to follow Jesus. And to bring our questions, our thoughts, and our opinions together. Every night of Alpha includes a meal, a presentation, and a discussion. The meal is a chance to get to know other people who are there. The presentation covers one of life's big questions and provides kind of a, well, this is what people following Jesus, how we kind of figure that out and work through that question. And then the discussion is a chance to hear what everyone else thinks. And I guarantee some people in the room will, in a sense, agree, and others will have some other opinions and say, no, I don't see it that way. And that's okay. It's a chance to sit and listen and share together in that context. Because that's new, and because Alpha is kind of a new endeavor for us at Calvary, I wanted to give a little bit of an introduction. So we've got a short video that I think tells a story that helps us give a picture of why we want to pursue Alpha and why we want to invite friends into that. Can we play that now?
So my parents had attended Alpha previous to me going, and I saw the impact that it had in their lives, and they were just more open, I guess. Like, we never really talked about our faith. I mean, we did, but it was like private, like within our house. And I feel like through Alpha, my mom and dad, they were more outgoing. They would talk about it with other people other than just our, close family friends. I wanted what they had just went through because I wanted to be more outgoing, with my faith. So I got a friend to go with me, Cassidy Harper. We didn't know anybody else going with us, like no other girls in the small group. Some of the first sessions, I was really nervous to meet my small group leader, meet all the new girls, but they were all so welcoming. It was like our own little family, even though we had just met each other and spent a couple weeks seeing each other for 2 hours. So I think through that eating time, we were able to dive deeper because we actually knew each other. Before Alpha, I called myself a Christian. I told other people I was a Christian, but I didn't understand what it meant to be a Christian. It showed me that it's okay not to just go along with what everyone else is doing. Originally, I was the person just dipping their toe in, getting a feel of it all. And I think through Alpha, I became, under the water. I was one with the water. I want other girls to have the same experience as I did. I don't know, just being more open, not just keeping your faith to yourself. Why would I keep it to myself? Something so great.
It's my contention, I suppose, that in our contemporary culture, we joke sometimes about the fact that you try to avoid, in certain contexts, bringing up either politics or religion. But I think we do avoid bringing up both of those, and for very similar reasons. Because anytime we enter one of those conversations, we enter very defensively. And I think God's people do that as well as everyone else. We enter into conversations about our faith from a somewhat defensive posture, and I think we need spaces like Alpha where we can learn and where we can begin to trust others enough to let our guard down a little bit and share honestly and allow our God to defend himself and defend us where that's needed. So that's part of the reason for entering into that. Along with that, last week we handed out some pamphlets like this, and I asked you to be praying for not just for Alpha, but for some individuals. And so I think Dave Mueller, Dave Mueller's got some of these. So if you weren't here last week and and you haven't got one of these, Dave can hand some out for you. On the inside, it's got 3 blanks. It's a 21-day prayer emphasis that we're entering into together. So I ask you to fill in names of 3 different people that you would be praying for 21 days. That you would be praying for them, that they might be open to a deeper conversation about faith and about Jesus. And maybe they're local and there's somebody you think might want to connect with Alpha at Calvary, but maybe they're not, and that's okay too. You can still pray for them. So we're praying for different people, but we're praying together. On the cover of this says 11:2 Luke. So at 11:02 every day, we've got timers set and reminders written around homes and apartments and things like that to remind us ourselves to pray at 11:02 each day, something we're doing as a community to pray for those individuals and to pray for God's work here among us as His people. The 11:02 also is a reference to Luke chapter 11, verse 2, where Jesus teaches the Lord's Prayer, and that line in particular says, "Thy kingdom come." And so that really is the center of our prayer, that God's work, that His rule as King would come to be known by more and more people, that His presence would be known by the people that we're praying for. And so I encourage you to pick one up one of these. Dave, are you going to hand these out or not? I think if you don't move, nobody else is going to move.
I thought they were going to raise their hand.
Well, if you don't move, nobody else is going to move. So Dave is coming around. If you haven't received one of these, let him give you one, and you can take that home. See, I'm being pushy. See, I'm not just waiting. I want people to pray. It's a good thing. And I'll say this: I've been super encouraged here at Calvary because you take prayer seriously, and that is a wonderful thing to see. It's beautiful. Hearing some of the stories and hearing some of what you see coming up in your own prayer lives, seeing the time that you commit and the ways in which you've reminded yourselves. So thank you for doing that. I'm glad that we get to walk together in this and share these things. With that, I'm going to let Dave make his way up for the children's message now. I'm going to take him to the